and do not reflect those of the Evening Rush Network. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Hey, yo, welcome everybody to another episode of the Art of the Finished Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Rellz, joined once again by my co-host, Doogie Franchise. What's going on, Doogie?
You, what up? Ready to rock, ready to roll, ready to get this party started.
All right, sounds good. And then we also joined by the wise man himself, the leader of all of this Evening Rush Network stuff. He's greatness on a different level. So what's good, Don?
You already know what it is, bro. Like you said, greatness on a different level. Shout out to my dude, Roman 1. Let's get it.
Unbelievable. And we are joined by a guest host tonight. We have a guest host. Actually, it's our first guest host. Actually, welcome to the show from ECP Wrestling out of Buffalo, indie wrestler himself, Jertaker. How you doing tonight, brother?
Good. How are you?
Welcome as being our first guest, too. Definitely appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
All right, thanks. So, matter of fact, before we talk about the main topic for tonight, let's get started with you, Jertaker. Let's ask you a couple of questions. So you're an indie wrestler out of Buffalo. How did you get into wrestling?
So, I ended up just starting when I was real young, just backyard style, just with friends, this and that, and everything like that. I was just always just that type. When you put a bunch of guys together and everything like that, it just ended up wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And what ended up happening was I actually had super long hair actually at the time when I started wrestling and all that stuff. So I was like looking like, long blonde hair and all that, I looked like a wrestler. I ended up, I started wrestling, I jumped into it in like middle school and, started to learn some of my moves and whatnot. And then when it came to high school, I wasn't too fond of like a traditional wrestling league. So I ended up wanting to create my own. So, because I didn't like the type of dress where they wanted us to wear and whatnot. I didn't like some of the moves that they had us do and whatnot. So I kind of was like I wanted to mix it up a little bit, but I also didn't fully like how like a WWE style went either. So I kind of mixed the two together. I have more of like the realistic moves and stuff like that of a traditional wrestling league. But then what I also did was I took like the type of matches from like a WWE style and I made my own wrestling league. So throughout high school and then after high school, I kind of just had my own wrestling group and whatnot. And I did my own stuff and everything like that for content. And it's cool because it lets you relieve like stress and whatnot. It gets you active and moving and, healthy and fit. And on top of that too, it's also always fun to, throw some people around and whatnot. So
Absolutely. Being a non-trained professional wrestler myself, I have stories of like how you said about high school stuff like that. I have stories where I actually like pedigreed one of my classmates in high school before homeroom, totally untrained, I'm sorry, totally untrained. But, he had a little bruise, but he got over it. We laughed about it 20 years later, so we good.
Yeah, like that.
But I broke a shoulder, so I know the feeling, bro.
I was one of those kids where they say
in the hood.
I was one of those kids where they tell you don't try this at home. I tried it and got my wrist broken in second grade. Yeah. Totally with two totally grown adults who were definitely not trained and snapped my wrist with a leg drop.
Wait. I was lucky. Never had a broken bone. I broke some bones for people, but I've never had a broken bone.
And how long you been doing it now? How long has the federation been out?
My production, I started my whole production, which is a music production, videography production, and then also there's marketing, advertising, etc. There's tons of stuff that we do. There's a bunch of branches to it, but the ECP wrestling thing kind of was more incorporated into the production at about 2018. But the production still kind of, focused on like fitness and, keeping healthy and this and that even before that, since like it started in 2015. So, but 2018, we actually start, going through with actually having like a wrestling league and whatnot and actually like progressing it. And now it's getting even better. So, and then next, this coming up year, 2023, we're about to be going even crazier with it. So it's about to be awesome.
Have you, Have you been champion yet?
Oh, I'm number 2 contender right now, and I've been there for a while. I'm trying to get number 1.
Oh, what's
Out of
holding
30
you back?
people. Out of 30 people. See, we don't have actual like championships, but we just go by like number 1, number 2, number 3 contender and stuff like that. And but we right now I've been number 2 for like two years, 2 years or something like that.
Oh, nice.
Trying to get to number 1, but the one person ahead of me, like, oh man.
So are you a baby face or are you a heel?
I would say like I would say babyface.
I say maybe you need to turn heel then to get that number 1 contendership. Then you might be doing it the wrong way, man. You might have to turn on one of your partners or something and just
see the person who's ahead of me right now. Man, he's got really fast speed. He's really fast, and on top of that too, he's very doesn't look strong, but is very strong, and he's got a lot of moves. So I mean, he's hard to compete with, because he's well versed. So you know what I'm saying.
Low blows and chair shots will definitely change that, though.
And I ain't gonna front. You can't move real fast on one leg, so
exactly.
I'm fast, but the thing is, he's slightly faster than me, slightly stronger than me. But I'm changing the slightly stronger part. I've been working like crazy.
You sound like a true baby face right now. You're slightly fast. It's like you got to turn heel and be like, yo, nobody's better than me. Like you might have to grow your hair back out. Hair might have to get a little thicker.
But yeah, I've been training like crazy and everything like that. I actually been focusing just on the training lately. I haven't even had some matches yet because I want to train for because we have a battle royal coming up. We have a 15-person battle royal, so that's about to be crazy. Like I said, we got kind of like WWE type style matches, but I got like a 15-person battle royal that we're about to be doing, and he's about to be in it. So I'm we're gonna see what happens because I haven't went up against him in a while, so things might be changing now, but we'll have to see.
Shake his hand and then throw him over the top rope. That sounds like a true heel right now, right? So we got a first comment from KD. Shout outs to KD. He said, how did you get your name? Now I have a funny feeling of how I think you got it, but I want to see if I'm a true wrestling fan, I think I know how you got it. So how did you get the name?
Well, you're probably gonna say that you think I got it from Undertaker, but yeah. So
I would say Undertaker and Jericho.
Yeah. So what happened was when I was younger, obviously my name is Jeremy. If you all don't understand, don't know that. So I got the Jer part from that. People would always call me Jer. And what ended up happening was for my main move that I used to always take out people, when they least expect it, I used to pick them up and slam them. And so I'd be taking people down. So Jer Taker, that's how I got that. And people would always be like, oh yeah, they would play around and be like, oh yeah, Undertaker, Jer Taker, Undertaker, Jer Taker. So people, it depends who you are, but both sides and stuff like that. You could see the name came from different spots, but yeah.
What's your finisher?
My main finisher is actually something that most people don't usually do, which is actually pick them up, spin them around, and slam them so they're disoriented and don't really feel the ability to get up. And now I can go in for a chokehold or go in for a pin or this or that, or whatever. But actually, yeah, it's pretty entertaining. It's kind of comedic, and on top of that too, it's pretty embarrassing for the person having that done to them. So,
do you spin like 5 times and like slow down and get the crowd to be like, "Whoa!" and then you spin again?
No. I keep spinning. I've got it to where I don't really get dizzy doing that, which is pretty amazing. So I'll be spinning some around, slam them down. Now I'm good. They're not. So now at that point, they're done. They're toast.
All right. So I got a question. What are there any wrestlers that you like steal moves from that you use to incorporate in yours that are like out now? Like any influences in your wrestling style?
I do once in a while do like a sense of the spear, but other than that, a lot of them are just kind of like moves that I've incorporated with regular traditional moves and then kind of just my own twist to them and stuff like that. But no, yeah, the spear is kind of like the one thing that I'll do because it's almost like a mix between like a tackle and like I like a tackle and a slam put together almost. So I do that quite a bit, which because for somebody who's kind of on a lighter weight side, I do have a lot of strength and hold to me, and my stance is very sturdy. So like when it comes to somebody going to like try to throw me out for something, it don't work too good. You know what I'm saying? I got a really good stance. So when I go in to, go spear somebody, they usually don't. They usually can't hold it. So
would you put yourself in the category as a technical wrestler or a brawler or a high flyer?
I I have a mix between quite a bit of that because I switch up all the time to keep everybody guessing. Mm-hmm. So there's times where I'd be a little technical about it and I'm doing certain strategies and whatnot. Then there's other times where I'm just free going and stuff like that, and just seeing feeling who I'm going up against and whatnot, and kind of just based off what they're doing. And then there's other times where I start getting a little crazy with the jumps and this and that and do all this other stuff. So you know what I'm saying? So like it just depends on the opponent, honestly. A lot of times it has to do with too, because my wrestling league, I actually don't do weight classes. I also don't do any age. Everything is, if you think you can go up against people and whatnot, if you train enough and everything, I think everybody has a chance against anybody. I don't believe in, you have to be in a weight class. You have to be, I just don't believe in that stuff. I just, because the thing is this, if you're a really strong individual that has a lot of talent and a lot of speed, going up against somebody who's big who doesn't have all that, well, now you're pretty much equal matched. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I take it. It depends on who I'm going up against, what the size of the person that I'm going up against, and their skill level and whatnot. Because we also have different skill levels too. We have different people that are kind of like, some of them actually, and different types of fighting skills. Because we have some people that are judo artists. We have people that are wrestlers. We have people who are mixed martial arts. We all these different people and stuff, like some that just lift weights and stuff like that. And we bring them together as wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of test out each other's strengths and test out each other's skills and moves and whatnot, which is kind of cool actually in a sense.
Y'all know, Doogie, he reminds me of a babyface MJF. I don't know why.
He looks right.
Yeah,
he looks like an MJF.
Yeah. Yo, like I'm looking at you and you talking it, and in my mind I'm picturing MJF. I'm like, that's crazy. Wait. So
y'all have
go ahead. No, go ahead, Don. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask. So y'all have a wrestling ring in the whole spot. Where's it located?
So we have a wrestling ring right now in storage, but we're transitioning right now from the backyard wrestling into a wrestling ring. So right now we're just trying to get the place for it, but we have one right now in storage. It's actually ginormous. It's 30 by 30. So we have to figure that out where we're going to be putting a 30 by 30, because I don't really want to do an outdoor wrestling ring like that. Cause then you get the ring all dirty, this and that. I don't want to get it all stained up and this and that. So I'm trying to figure that stuff out and everything, but it's the main thing is the building. So soon for the Battle Royal, we're going to be renting a place. So we're going to be doing something like that just for the matches and whatnot. But, realistically, I'm going to try to get a building at some point and grow it from there. It's right now budgeting and stuff like that is the issue. But
So
hold on, Doogie, real quick. So KD asks, what is your top favorite wrestlers of all time?
That's exactly what I was about to ask.
If you were gonna say like a WWE style, I do like Edge is my favorite. I would say after that would probably be, that's a tough one, but I also do like Great Khali and Undertaker. And I do like who's another one? I like the Boogeyman as well.
Those are your top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time?
I would also say, let me add another person.
Yeah, he sure did. He's the first one I ever heard that put Khali in ever in their top 5.
He's the first person I ever mentioned the Boogeyman in their top 5.
Yeah, word. I mean, it's
I'm different. And then I also would say, if I was to add in one more, would be, I like Bobby Lashley. A little bit newer, but I do like Bobby Lashley.
That's fair.
That's a piece.
All right.
Definitely a beast.
Do you have any upcoming events?
I want to try to get this. It's not realistic at this point anymore because I was trying to get it by the end of this December, the Battle Royal. But what it's probably going to be is January. I want to get the Battle Royal done in January. So we are going to be having a 15-person Battle Royal in January, which is going to be quite a bit of our wrestling group and everything like that together. I'm hoping to get that in January. The main thing is just budgeting right now because I'm trying. I got other events too, especially being a musician and whatnot. So I got a lot going on, but I'm trying to fit it in there. I know people have been waiting for it for a while, but it's coming up. That's for sure.
All right, I got 2 more questions.
Yes.
One, do you incorporate since you said you're a musician, do you incorporate your music into like your ring entrances or other people's ring entrances?
See, as of right now, we don't even have ring entrances, but eventually when we do, I probably would actually use one of my songs. I want to make a song that is like a wrestling-based song that would be kind of cool. Yeah, I mean that would be something I plan on doing soon. Like I said, we're in transitioning period, but so there's a lot of things that are going to be transitioning, and then at that point we will be doing stuff like that for sure.
Okay, so you also said that right now you're like the number 2 contender for like 2 years,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
How do you guys go about the booking process? Like who determines like, okay, well you're going to be number 2, or he's going to be number 1, or we're going to make him the inaugural champion, or they're going to be the tag team champions? Like how does that go?
Skill. It's all skill. If somebody beats the other person, it's all fair. It's all fair matches. It's like that. You train, you're going to probably be in a better spot than the person who doesn't train.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to probably end up being the contender. I don't say, well, we're going to make you the champion. No, you make yourself the champion if you try hard enough. You know what I'm saying? You got to beat the people who are above you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said we take it like a traditional wrestling and we incorporate it with like WWE style matches. You know what I'm saying? We got the matches that are like WWE style, but at the same time too, we incorporate like traditional wrestling. Like our battle royals, we don't throw them over the rope to get them to be eliminated. We actually have them tap or pin. So it makes it
nice.
That makes it a little different. So battle royal, you got a bunch of people together, you gotta make them tap or pin. And I honestly think it's harder.
Yeah, because at any given point, somebody can break your pin up.
Yep, exactly. Mm-hmm. So at that point, you know, it takes a while, but you know, it's quite an entertaining match. We did a 6-person battle royal last, so that's out right now. It's part of the second montage that we have and everything like that. But yeah, we're gonna be doing 15 people. I thought when it comes to the matches and stuff like that, I prefer to have them skill based. So I want people to show their skills rather than, you know, picking winners or having set you do this and do that. We don't have any of that stuff. It's all, you know, freestyle type of skill based fighting.
Yeah, straight shoot.
Yeah. So if you're not prepared, well, sucks for you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the person who is prepared is going to destroy you. So,
bro, I think you should get in there for 2023.
Who?
Yeah.
You.
Rel is a storyteller.
Absolutely.
Storyteller.
Nah, you learned
that over the.
Nah, you learned over the weekend that I am more of the booker. Yes, let me book. I can book and write stories.
Nah, bro, 2023, you getting in there, son.
Yeah, 2023, I'm gonna be booker of the year.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna find my way into his wrestling federation. I'm gonna be like third booker. Let me write some gimmicks.
Shout out to Nazar Neuro and Tank on checking.
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
Of these 30, how do you choose your wrestlers? Like, you got 30 so far? How do you choose them?
So basically, a lot of it is, you know, people will come to me and just be like, I want to be a part of, you know, some wrestling stuff, this and that, and everything like that. I usually start off with just wrestling them first. I just want to see if they're hot-headed, if they're, you know, I just want to see where they're at with things, how good they are, how strong they are. And also if they have any, you know, health conditions or whatnot, that's going to cause them to be, you know, more of like a liability and stuff like that. So I mainly just give them a test, you know, and stuff like that, see what it's like. And then if they agree they want to be a part of it, you know, I'll have them, you know, try out wrestling some other people, we'll get some videos going and whatnot. And then, yeah, honestly, we take it from there. I just kind of give it a little test run and everything like that myself. Just want to make sure, because I'm pretty level headed and stuff like that. So if somebody, you know, starts getting real angry and stuff like that, obviously, you know, we'll talk to them and be like, all right, you know what? I don't know if this is the, you know, good for you and everything like that, because you got to keep cool head and stuff like that. You can't get all angry and stuff like that if you're losing or this or that, or, you know, if you get an injury or whatnot, you need to be able to, you know, understand it's bound to happen. Sometimes there's going to be injuries. Yeah. It's wrestling. But yeah, it's kind of just like an interview process, almost like. So interview them, see if they're, you know, a good fit for the group and whatnot. See if they'd be able to, you know, take constructive criticism, see if they'd be able to, you know, be around people that might make jokes and stuff like that while they're wrestling and stuff like that, because that happens. There's times even too that people start joking around and stuff like that, and you know, you don't want somebody to start taking things too seriously and whatnot. You got to be, you know, level-headed. I mean, that's the main thing, is level-headed and be able to, you know when enough is enough or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that you just gotta, you know, remember that you're wrestling. You're not trying to kill the person. You're also not trying to, you know, get angry at somebody who's, you know, you guys are just doing it for, you know, sport, a fun, you know, activity and stuff like that. You guys gotta understand that it's entertainment. It's something for the viewers to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So we do like an interview process pretty much, and I usually am the one who wrestles the person to see if they're good fit for us and everything like that.
How long do you wrestle them? Like it doesn't matter like a time, like a 5-10 minute
We'll
match.
just do a match. We'll just do a match. Just see, if somebody wins fast and cool. If not, we just kind of just give it a test run and everything like that. See how it goes. Just see if they would be like we'd act if it's a regular match or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, go up against me, blah blah blah. Let's see how you do and whatnot, and then take it from there.
Then you call it in the ring with him. Let them see how to get a feel of the match.
As of right now, we don't do the ring. We just been doing the backyard wrestling type of thing. But yeah, we're like I said, we're transitioning. It's something that I haven't had a huge budget with, but I'm trying to grow it as much as possible, obviously. But the main thing is like I'm all over the place because I do got like I said, the music thing going on, the content creation going on, my business with the marketing, advertising, and all that stuff. We do advertising, commercials, and I've got the wrestling. So it's a lot. So I'm trying to balance it all. And but so that's why it hasn't progressed as much as like another person who's doing it full time. So, but yeah, I'm progressing it as much as I possibly can with the time I got and the budget I have.
What's the
hold on real quick. It's crazy though because like everything you're doing ties right into wrestling.
Yeah.
Between the music, the marketing, and all the other stuff, you like when you do get the ring and when you do get the place to do the wrestling, you know the marketing strategies already, so you know how to appeal and bring the people in.
Yep, everything's leading me in the right direction. So I'm glad that when it comes to all this stuff, it's going to be awesome because like a lot of people that go into it, they don't have all those backgrounds going into it. They have to obtain those backgrounds. And so everything, I feel like everything's leading me into the right spot. So that's just like, the journeys are meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's bringing me to where I need to be.
So y'all already have like a fan base that comes out there and watch y'all while y'all doing it?
As of right now, the content is the fan base. So right now, when we throw it out, we have a certain people who check out those videos and whatnot. We're gonna have it to where there's events where you can purchase tickets and whatnot, which I want to do for the Battle Royal. So this Battle Royal that's coming up, we're gonna actually have people purchasing tickets and whatnot.
Cool.
So, but right now it's just because of space reasons and whatnot. There wasn't enough space to have like big audience. Like we did have an audience, but it's more just like people that know the wrestlers and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So we had like probably like 30 people, whatnot. Wasn't huge, but like 30 people when we would do the wrestling and whatnot. And we're hoping to expand that for once we actually have the events and whatnot. So that's going to be really cool. But yeah, right now it was mainly just for content purposes. And now we're transitioning into events.
So where can we find the content?
The content, you can go on Jared Taker Hawks Entertainment, but you can just look up Jared Taker Wrestling. You'll find all the stuff that comes up. I'm trying to, get it with the marketing and advertising. We're going to be getting it to where ECP wrestling comes up and stuff like that. But that's just going to take a little time. Like I said, it's a slow transition because I'm not doing it full time. But if you look up Jared Taker and wrestling right now, we got a lot of the montages up and everything like that. It's the backyard type style that's transitioning now into a ring.
I can't wait.
There's probably over with the montages. There's probably over 50, 80 matches plus that you could see.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So y'all actually be jumping off and stuff?
You said jumping off?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
You get some table breaks going on?
No, because a lot of the stuff, like I said, is all real based from like a traditional wrestling. But what we do is we incorporate the matches of like a WWE style.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't have that, but honestly, maybe in the future we might incorporate some stuff like that. We'll have to see. But I might have to get a table that's just like not super sturdy, and then we might do something where it's an actual like decent table, but just could break if you put some weight through it or whatnot. Just to make it realistic and stuff like that. I don't want the breakaway tables and stuff like that.
What was the craziest audition you had?
I had somebody who was very hot-headed go up against me. They tried to convince me so much that they weren't. And I started to kind of get a feel for that as soon as I started going up against them. And they had veins sticking out and they're starting to turn red. And I'm like, oh boy. Just like they're gonna go like Hulk mode on me in a second. And so I had like 3 or 4 people with me that held them down while they were trying to attack me and whatnot. I'm just like, That's not hot-headed. That's not hot-headed. Just like, please explain to me how that's not hot-headed. Just like, and I'm just like, oh man. But that was pretty interesting. I've also had a time too where somebody went up against me. They started trying really hard. Like they started trying to go really hard and whatnot. And I was just like, all right, you know what? I could do that too. So I ended up going up against them a little bit harder, and they didn't expect that, and they actually ended up cracking a rib. So I was just like, well, that's that. You were testing me a little too much. You started going a little too hard. I was going easy on you. You didn't expect that, did you?
Don't try this at home, guys.
Another question: Do you have women in your promotion?
I was going to ask that next question.
We have a few. The thing is, I want to incorporate more. I think it would be better to have more female wrestlers in here in the promotion that I have, because that's going to increase the audience. Right now, it's mainly males. So if I had a bigger female audience, that's going to actually also obviously probably get the males more tuned in as well. But it's also going to bring some females in as well to watching. But yeah, honestly, it's just trying to find them, and being in the stage that I'm at, it's kind of hard to find female wrestlers that would like to actually get into the wrestling scene and all that. But I'm sure as time progresses and whatnot, as the brand progresses, that it's going to be a little easier.
I
can see him taking over AEW.
Do you see sometimes approaching like people in the gym? Do you see yourself doing that and just saying, "Hey, man, like you can, roll a little bit. How about you come try, this? I got this nice little wrestling promotion. Why don't you come see if you can hang with the fellas real quick, or even some ladies in the gym?"
Do you think you got what it takes to be a wrestler?
The shocking part is I have more people that come up to me asking me to be a part of it than I actually do the asking. I don't usually ask too much. A lot of times people are just like, they see it for themselves and they're like, oh, I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. Or I just, in the middle of a conversation, they hear I'm into wrestling and all that stuff. And then they're like, oh, whatever you're doing, I want to be a part of it. Have me join in. And I'm just like, all right, give you a test run or whatever, But yeah, honestly, I haven't really asked much people at all. They've always came to me. So, I mean, I just kind of like let people find me and come to me and ask me, and we try them out.
So would you even consider going like into professional wrestling?
I would. If I had the opportunity, I would. It's not something where I would, be like, that's my main goal to do that. But if I had the opportunity to do it, somebody offered me, they're like, oh, you're already in entertainment, this, that, and everything like that. How would you like trying this, that? Yeah, I would do it. Would you
see yourself, okay, so like you're a professional wrestler, but let's just say like a company offered you a role like as a referee or like as an announcer or a commentator. Would you take those opportunities, or would you just strictly stay professional wrestling?
I would prefer the wrestling. I would ask, can I have a wrestling position instead? But if they said right now we don't have anything open, but if you try this out for a little bit, maybe we'll take that into consideration. I might give it a try for a little bit just to get a feel for it, because it's not something I've never done. So it's like I always like trying stuff that I've never done anyway. So it'd be like something where I'd be close into with the action and whatnot, see what it's like in the professional ring and whatnot, and it'd be pretty cool. Or if I'm commentating and whatnot, it'd be a cool experience. I'd give it a try. It's not something I'd ideally want to do, but it'd be something I'd give it a try.
So I think you should at least try to send a promotion tape to NXT, like
yeah,
it's always a start, and and you also, since you're good at marketing and the visuals.
Oh yeah, you could probably dock it up to make it look phenomenal.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been doing videography for 11 plus years, and music 7 plus years, and then marketing and advertising I've been doing now for like 3 years. So I mean, I can put the three together, or come up with a deal or something like that with them or something. Hey, I might be able to help with this and that, or the third, But yeah, you never know.
It's the best time now.
We'll see what time takes me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
great situation.
He could always play the role of MJF's little brother.
Yo, I can see him as a ref though. He could be that ref that they try to pick on, but then like he shoots on them and be like, "What?"
And the next thing he ends up fighting the wrestler for a contract.
And that'd be it. Now they got a match for people. That'd be a story right there.
See, I just booked your first storyline in a major promotion. Look at that.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Definitely we got to tell them that.
KD said you would make a great commentator.
Yeah, maybe.
Dude, it can't be any bad as the commentators WWE has now.
Right. You're preaching the truth, though.
I always feel like great commentators are the ones who are really great wrestling fans. Like,
Yeah.
because they're the only ones that, for me, will feel the actual excitement of what's going on in the ring and be able to tell a story from a fan's perspective, not from a commentator who just got the job because he just found it on a website.
Yep.
I don't
You
know,
have to be
man.
passionate.
I think for a good commentator, like one, I would say I think I like the 2-man commentator teams, but I think one would have to be an ex-wrestler because they actually understand
Or
the
an
game
ex-manager.
I think that's
Nah,
Like
I don't know.
Like Bobby
I
Heenan.
don't know.
Bobby Heenan was a perfect example of that. He
Hell
was like an
yeah.
ex-wrestler, but he was a manager too.
Yeah.
So he was able to see things from a different perspective.
But he does still fall under the category of ex-wrestler.
As an ex-wrestler.
And then also like the next person, I get it as like the actual, like, what's the word, analyst, who actually supposed to tell the story. Like there's one for the story and there's one for the match. That's how I see the commentators.
Your color commentary.
That's why JR and Jim, and that's why JR and Jerry Lawler were so good together.
Yeah.
That's what Michael Cole and Taz was good.
Yeah.
Like, and then I like Corey Graves.
I like Corey Graves.
I think Corey Graves is hilarious, especially when he actually gets shocked that he's like, "My God," and says that. I laugh, or because it's like I guess it'd be so out of nowhere. He'll be
But
sitting
I
there.
don't think he's a good fit with Michael Cole, to be honest.
Who, Corey Graves?
Yeah.
I think it overshadows it when one guy is trying to be real strong as a heel and the other one's trying to be real strong as a babyface. It's like one trying to overshadow the other instead of having a balance or blend to it. Like that's why I think Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon got along so well. Because it was like as a child growing up, you could hear those two, and it's like for every time Bobby Heenan would say something crazy, Gorilla Monsoon would almost be like, "Shut up," without saying "shut up."
Yeah,
and Bobby Heenan would be like, "Okay, you got it."
But like, all right, so and this is gonna sound like this is gonna be a hot take. I did enjoy Corey Graves and Byron Saxton's banter.
Oh, yeah, because it was almost like two best friends going at it, but then having to remember that they commentate in a wrestling match.
Yeah, and it'd be they would OD. Oh, Nasor says Cornette and Heyman were great commentators.
Yes. But Heyman fits into that category that he wasn't a wrestler, but he's seen it from a wrestler's perspective. So that's why I always say he was great at the commentary. Cornette had his moments. Like,
I didn't like Cornette. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, let me tell you something, JR. Listen here, with this there, I was like, all right, you sing like he sounds like he's on coffee jittering.
Cornette's biggest greatest of fame was his tennis racket.
Yeah, big time. Katie said, Jerk Taker, what kind of music do you do?
I do a little bit of everything, but I'm mainly a pop artist. But I just actually, one of those crazy though is I just created a song that's a speed rap. So like I said, I'm all over the place. And I got old school, I got rock, I got pop, I got hip hop. You know, I'm all over the place. But I even mixed genre.
Well, you just did a speed rap song? Yeah,
I just did a speed rap song. It's actually a cipher. So we got a bunch of Buffalo artists and whatnot that are popping off all on it. It's about to be crazy.
Oh no, you chill. You're about to make you spit something on this show.
It's up to you.
No problem.
Oh, so let me hear something.
All right, I'll go over my verse that I just did for my cipher. Ultimate savage, out here winning for a minute, making a splash, doing the dashing life. Never know when they will see the flashing light, extravagant life, but I'll be making the best of it. Having all these mofos be testing it, but like we playing chess, I'll take your queen away. Never hold it back, I'm prestige with it, and I just running the game. Every day it be insane, pulling the industry like a bacteria, besting a ministry, game of a heavier chain is so heavy, I just want to float. Working the levy, they call me the GOAT. Haters be ready, but they're a joke. Benny ain't ready to choke. Come and vote. Are you legit? Still winning all of my shit. Don't play me for a bitch. Steady out here making hits, signing all those when lit. Keep me rising like a boss. Stay away from a loss. All the money I toss, a lot of my boys he sauce. I let them do it, cause all the work I put in. Never a sin to celebrate some of your wins and winning for me. Now I do it for a team, rising our streams, always achieving our dreams. Playing won't see they fail by ignorance, but never distress. Me and my boys are the best. Lonely few to invest. I conquer from east to west. Manifest destiny, and it's our destiny. And we all hard in the savage. You all know buddies who test me, stay doing it to the death of me. Let my group just carry my legacy. One day a grave will be where I rest in peace. Oh yeah.
Ooh. Okay. All right. That was fire. I like that.
I appreciate it.
I like that. Before we go to break, so Kate, before we go to break, Katie said, "Who's your top 5 musicians of all time?"
Top 5. I like Rick Ross. I like Olivia Rodrigo. I like Halsey. I like Lil Wayne. And I actually like Jim Johnson. Gets you a little wrestling stuff like that. I like a lot of the wrestling and whatnot.
Oh, okay. I like that Jim Johnson reference, and a lot of people don't. Like, that man don't get the respect he deserves.
For real. I like, man, the amount of songs and everything that I'm like, whoo, man. And that's like a lot of times you name Jim Johnson, they're like, who? I'm like, nah. I'm like,
let's make it real clear right now on the Art of the Finish Wrestling podcast. If you don't know who Jim Johnson is, you are not a wrestling fan.
Yeah, I'm like the amount of people that I've said, no, I like Jim Johnson. They're like, who? I'm like, nah, that's disrespectful saying that.
That's what you got to be like. Remember the Undertaker's theme song? He made that. Stone Cold song? He made that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on now.
That's crazy. Well, we're about to take a quick break, and then we're going to get back into the second half of the show. If you're looking to start a podcast on the Evening Rush Network and you don't know how to, this is how you do it.
Looking to podcast shows and do not know where to start? The Evening Rush Network can help you with that. Call us at 929-441-2417 or email us at theeveningrushnetwork@gmail.com for dates and prices. We got you for all your podcast needs. The Evening Rush Network. Tune in, subscribe, and share.
All right, we're back with the second half of the show with Doogie Franchise, Don, and Jer Taker out of Buffalo, New York. If you missed it, you need to go back before the shows, before we went on break, to hear this man's freestyle. He is all right, and he got a check mark and a stamp in my book. He's legit. So you guys need to check him out. Before we get to the next thing, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on all platforms. If I'm not on there yet, I should be on there soon. You can just look up Jer Taker. I come up first on everything. JerTaker. I got multiple different things going on right now. Jer Taker Hawks Entertainment and EC City Productions. EC City Productions is my production. But if you look up Jer Taker, you'll find both. Jer Taker Hawks Entertainment, Jer Taker, JerTaker, and then Hawks, GAUXX, silent G, pronounced in HXX, and entertainment spelled correctly. But yeah, Jer Taker.
Yeah, that man doing a lot. Look, I always say you gotta stay busy, man. You gotta stay busy.
For sure.
Right. So we're gonna get into the second half of the show now. Don, you got a 5-minute rant, so let the world know about what's your 5-minute rant. And I just want the people to know that I don't know what he's about to say. I didn't ask because I want to be surprised. So the floor is yours, sir.
All right. First of all, if you watch Survivor Series, A+ match, and it goes like this. Let's go. The Enforcer, Solar. Sammy Ooze.
Wait, did you just call him Sammy Uso? Did you just call? Look, see, you put on Roman's. Look, you put on Roman's thing and you froze.
Underworld.
See, as soon as you put on Roman's thing, you froze.
Since we gotta start this right.
Oh wow! So this is what we're doing tonight, huh? So wait. I just want to say, are we bringing championships out to the show? I just want to ask that question. Are championships coming out on the show? I just want to know.
No championship.
I'm with it.
Championships coming out on the show.
I think we might have to start. If we're gonna start acknowledging champ.
See, Don, because now he's gonna make me go do it, right? Now
Go do it. Go do it.
All right, okay. Since we bringing championships out, I'll be right back. You give me 1 second.
You get your 1 second.
Yo,
we out here.
By far, A+ match, WarGames, Survivor Series. I enjoyed myself. First and foremost, I want to once again thank Rellz and Doogie. Yo, I appreciate the love y'all showed me this weekend, man. I have never experienced. I have never experienced a wrestling event like that. You know, being around
Nice.
a bunch of podcasters and we all watching the event and enjoying every moment of it. There you go, Ken.
We out here.
You know, so I just want to definitely tell both of y'all thank you so much, man.
Yo, all love, baby.
by
Gotta come
far.
out again. Gotta do it again. We gotta do it again.
Yeah, definitely want to do it again. And definitely, once again, I appreciate both of y'all. And no, I'm not on ALL, man. It's just a lot going on in here, man. The constant movement is just too much. But
As Bobby Heenan said in '91, when Ric Flair came, man, it's the real world's champion.
It's okay. I want you to understand. As you walk around with the world champion, I am the king of the universe.
There's nothing more iconic than the big gold belt. I don't care.
That's fair. That's true.
Maybe with the exception of the one wing. I mean, what the one wing? I'm thinking Kenny Omega. Maybe the exception of the Wing Eagle Championship.
The one wing.
That might be the. That might be the.
That was a classic.
That might be the.
That definitely
Yes.
was a classic.
That was. And I'm not gonna lie to you. You got it with that line. If I had that belt right now, I would have pulled it up and just said, "But I got that too." Every time I looked at it, I always wanted to buy it.
Yeah. I never crossed that line and prayed for it either. I should have.
I'm same.
I might have to still. But you know what? Crazy. I would want the Warrior one though.
No, no.
I like that one. The color one. I like
The
that.
yellow one. The yellow one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was hot. I mean, me personally, I've always been an Intercontinental Championship fan, so
That's fair.
You get the
I can
original?
definitely have.
I can see
the
it
original.
with the white title.
Yeah.
He gonna get the white title. I can see it with the white one, bro. I can see it with the white
I have
one.
to have the original. Yeah. I'm sorry. Everybody knows my favorite match: Randy Savage, Ricky Steamboat, by far, hands down.
Oh, shout out to Ricky Steamboat too. He just had his retirement match this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, he teamed with FTR. They fought Nick Aldis, Jay Lethal, and
Jeff Jarrett.
No, it wasn't. Surprisingly, I thought it was, but it was. Yeah, who was they fight? Because I just literally watched it on YouTube an hour before we got on the show. It don't matter. Ricky Steamboat won the match anyway, so it don't matter.
All right, so let's
retired.
get into
Get
Survivor
retired.
Series.
Wait, first, Jerry Taker, what is you have like a favorite championship belt?
Start off with that first.
I would like the one that you got on right now.
That's
I
okay.
think that's my favorite.
That's okay. Mine's is current. I'm just.
Wow.
I used to have that one years ago.
Yeah. Yours
So
is
we
also
gonna
being
start it
held
off.
up
Let's start it
by
off right.
yours is
Let's
also
go
being held up
AJ
by one
Styles,
wrestler.
Finn Balor.
That's fine. Hey, guess what? That one wrestler right now, his merch is being promoted on this show, as you can see.
Yeah. And his eardrum is busted too, but we'll talk about that one later.
That's what. There we go. That's why I wore the tracksuit
God
too.
knows, baby.
You know what? AJ and Finn Balor. That was
So
a good
listen,
match. Glad AJ won.
AJ Finn Balor.
Glad AJ won. He ain't won a pay-per-view
Are
match
you,
in 3 years.
were
He
you
deserved it.
disappointed at AJ winning?
No,
You felt he deserved it.
he deserved it.
He needed
That's
it.
what I just wanted to-
Well, yeah, he needed it. He needed
All
it.
right. So, all right. Fun fact. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought the match could have been better because, like, in this weird, this is gonna be a weird comparison. But yo, those dudes have so much similar moves that it looked like Ken versus Ryu in Street Fighter.
Yeah, it really did. It really
Yeah.
did.
Like I was watching that, I was like, yo, especially when they both hit each other with the same kick, I was like, what? Like, all right, but I feel like it could be better. I don't know. I would have saved that for like Mania or something. I don't know why.
I think what pisses me off is the fact that it seems like WWE is afraid to really link these two together. Like they like every time, like and I think I mentioned this when we was out Saturday. I'm like, every time these two get like in vicinity of each other to either be a team, it lasts like a week, 2 weeks, and then they find a way to split them up. Like you literally have your version of Bullet Club on the roster right now. Use it.
Yo, I'm all right. The reason why I kind of understand why is because before, like when it was just Balor by himself, and even when he was on NXT in his first NXT run, they kept hyping up that Balor Club joint so hard. So honestly, if the club actually do get together, they're not gonna call it the club. It will be announced as Balor Club. Like,
I don't want that. I don't.
And that's the thing. And then like with the whole like, they don't even say the club; they just say the OC.
Yeah, I know.
Which is just like
it's like they try. It's like they don't want to tote that Bullet Club line.
yeah, and then like, and that's the thing. So like, and
mind
then
you use Bullet Club in every other. No, mind you, Bullet Club is used in every other organization. In New Japan, AEW, Impact, they all say Bullet Club.
Yeah,
I highly doubt New Japan will be mad if WWE started referring to them as Bullet Club.
And I'm gonna tell you, even one of Finn's merches kind of kills it for all of that. He has a shirt that says OGBC.
Oh yeah.
And I have that shirt because it's one of my favorites. But it's something that's like, they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that.
Yeah, like it's not like he's lying. He did start the group.
Yeah. And then like, AJ made it a little more pop culture. The Young Bucks made it more pop culture-y.
Yeah, because the Young Bucks was able to put it into actual stores.
Yeah, they good at marketing. Mm-hmm. Kenny Omega got the shirts in the video game. They're good.
If they want to put it into more stores and they want to expand, they should just go holler at Jertaker and let him do his marketing.
There we go.
I'm putting you out there, bro. I got you. I'm putting you out there.
There we go.
So your overall on that match?
On a scale of 1 to 5, I give it a 3.5. Because like Doogie said, I feel like it could have been more to the story. Maybe they'll have another match. Maybe this is just the beginning. Because it looks like the feud ain't over. Who knows? But maybe they'll have another match, and maybe it'll be way better than this one. But their match, the first match that they ever had, was actually a better match than this one. And that match was thrown together in like 10 hours.
I would give it a 3.9. It didn't quite hit that 4 yet. Because like even the finish was a little like lackluster for me.
Yeah.
So I would give a 4.9, a 3.9.
I mean, if you saw Monday Night Raw, that match was hitting.
Yeah, but that's everybody in it.
But you also saw a repeat of a lot of the same moves from the night before.
I mean, let's be clear, right?
I'll be honest, I'm down giving that a 2. It wasn't one of the best matches besides the Shotzi.
If you know wrestling history, right, John? If you know wrestling history, right, like a lot of the house shows. If you ever been to a house show, you would know like the wrestlers practice they damn matches on the house show. So like if you was at a Madison Square Garden house show and then you seen a pay-per-view like 2 weeks later, it's the exact same match.
Yeah.
When you were younger, you appreciate it. Now it's like I just watched the whole same match over again. I don't care for this. Yeah. So it's like okay, so it's like almost like the problem I'm having right now in AEW where the Young Bucks are fighting, where the Young Bucks and Omega are fighting Death Triangle. You're fighting these guys 7 straight times. What is going to be different in the 7th match that I didn't see in the first 4 or 5 matches? Like, well, no, because technically no, because whatchamacallit, Death Triangle won the first 2 and Elite won last night. So now what's going to be different? They already won.
More hammers. Everybody get a hammer.
Everybody gonna get a hammer. That's gonna be the match. The match gonna be like a hammer on a pole match. Watch.
Ooh, they're gonna call it a hammer time brawl.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. See, we booking. We doing it now.
And then that's when Omega gonna turn on the Bucks.
No.
So you already know what's next up. Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory, United States.
Go ahead, Doogie. Get it out the way.
Honest, the match of the night. Not the story of the night.
I won't say it's the match of the night, but I'll say it had the biggest surprise ending of the night.
Yes, I'm with that.
It wasn't Theory to win. Yo, I'm sorry. Seth Rollins is on God mode himself.
I agree.
I don't care what. Yo.
Yeah.
I will not put up a fight with you on that one.
And then I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's be honest. There was 2 former U.S. Intercontinental World Heavyweight Champions in that match, and Austin Theory. And Theory won.
Yeah.
And
but you also gotta forget.
Let's get this straight.
Theory was a
won
former U.S.
because
champ,
of that
and
fear.
but you're sitting here like Theory hasn't had any accolades. He's a former U.S.
No,
champ
and I get
a
it.
Money in the Bank winner.
You see, and I get that. But yet, let me ask you a question. The first you said it was the shocking win of the night. So that means now one of you thought Theory would actually win. Granted, the way he won, the way he won was like
phenomenal.
Oh, okay, yes, which was a great ending. And then you even got to say, a win's a win. He got it.
Yeah.
He said he was gonna do it. He did it. And now, like, he's like, I ain't a kid anymore.
Yeah,
It's
pretty much.
Theory.
He said I threw my cell phone away for this title.
And he got it. He's a champ. Not this one, but he's a champ.
But it's funny because I read in an interview that he literally said, I think it was the other day, that he was like that he feels like they're building him up to beat Roman.
Who?
That's what Theory said. He said he feels like the company's building him up to beat Roman now.
I will never see that.
No. I already told you.
Stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane.
Yeah, like you got time. I need you to understand what Seth Rollins did. He ran off Theory's back and curb stomped Lashley.
I mean, but then Lashley put them both in a hurt lock.
Huh? Yes. Yeah. And guess what he got for after that? A curb stomp. Like that's it. That's it.
Well, let's not go down that the spear is the only reason why Theory.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. That is true. That's because Seth wasn't looking. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Technically, Lashley should be the next one in line because he didn't get pinned in that match. But we're not gonna talk about that because they automatically put Seth right back out the next.
Because he Brock Lesnar crazed. He's Brock Lesnar crazy. He wants to be Brock Lesnar right now.
I'm not mad at him for that.
I'm like he's like, and then I want you to understand this also continues his storyline. He is so gun ho on winning that he ends up losing, using his own momentum.
I'm not mad at the way they're booking Lashley right now. This is where Lashley should have always been booked from the beginning.
That's fair, but now he lost 2 big ones in 2 pay-per-views based off of his incompetence.
And then next week he's gonna come out and challenge, and then all of a sudden Judgment Day is gonna come out and pick a fight with him, and in about 6 weeks the Hurt Business will be back together. Watch, you heard it here first.
I would definitely enjoy that.
I definitely would want the Hurt Business back.
You heard it here first.
We'll see, because they still got to finish up.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
No, you good.
I was gonna say Damage Control, Nikki Cross, Rhea Ripley versus Bianca, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Lee Young, and Becky Lynch.
All I'm gonna say is I called it from the beginning. I said I was the one who said she was gonna be the one to get pinned. I called it.
You did.
I said it. I called it. I said Dakota from the jump was gonna be the one to get pinned, and she got pinned. And Damage Control does nothing for me on the main roster. They should just split them up and just push them all back to NXT.
Okay. This is gonna sound crazy. I'm about to let me. I got 2 takes on this, so let me start. Let me get the silly out the way. That match was sexy as hell. I don't care. I'm done.
Yo, Spice, what up, Shice?
That match was sexy as hell. I was like,
You've been raving about that match before the match.
Yes, I have.
No, because Bianca looked good.
Wow. Everybody looked good.
And then me and Young, what? Like we was
yes.
And then Rhea Ripley, yo, you couldn't stop. Like, damn.
Listen. Yeah, even Thicky Nicky was hitting it. Listen.
Oh my God, Thicky Nicky.
Listen, I'm with it. But I still got some issues with the match. Okay. I don't think Bianca team needed the win. I personally think Team Damage Control and everybody else should have won because you kind of like Damage Control kind of need it, especially Bailey, because she's been taking too many L's. Damage Control, at least the 2 other have the women's tag team titles, so that's cool, but they needed to win more. Also, y'all been building up Rhea Ripley as this, hot gothic badass, and then her team loses. Mind you, it's not even like anyone was even able to stop her in the match until she got misted. And then I forgot. And then you guys brought back old Nikki Cross for what? To lose? And then I'm not gonna lie to you. They didn't need as much weapons as they did.
Nah.
They could have just fought. That match, they could have just fought.
I got a hot take too on this. Hot take.
And oh wait, last bit, last final bit. The way Becky won the match was ruined because it was done twice already in the match. So everyone climbing up to the top. Climbing up to the top and diving off. Nikki Cross did it. Io did it. Then Becky does it. If everybody's doing it, it's not as special as one person doing it.
Mm-hmm. Hot take. I got a hot take before we go to the main event.
The table that made it special.
Yep. I got a hot take before we go to the main event. You look at why Sasha and Naomi left, right? Because they felt like the women's tag team belts was devalued. What's the difference now? Because the women's tag team titles still don't get the respect.
I disagree with that.
How you figure? Your tag team champion is taking the pin in the match when you have Nikki Cross that has no belt. Nikki Cross could have took the pin.
That's fair. Nikki Cross should have took the pin. And then on top of that, you got Dakota losing the next night.
Exactly. Yeah. So your tag team champion lost twice in 2 nights in a row.
You can't win them all, bro.
You can't win them all. I get it. But you can't lose them all either when you have a championship around your waist.
That's true also. I mean,
first of all, this woman just took This woman took a leg drop. This woman took a leg drop off the top of the cage on a table. Why is she fighting the next night?
That's true.
You saw Io had a whole neck brace on.
Yeah. So, but Dakota was in worse shape, yet she fought the next night.
For real. Okay, can I say one thing though? I know we're not on Monday Night Raw, right? But I'm sorry. Once again, I gotta say,
I always see where you're going with this one already. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Out of all that, Bailey looks sexy as hell in that leather outfit. I knew you was going there. I knew you was going there. What's up?
I knew you was going there. I knew it. I seen a clip this week where the cameraman was watching her like in the concession stand, and all the comments was like, "Yo, the cameraman knew his assignment." Oh,
and I ain't gonna front. Yeah, if you put up his cash app right now, I would have just text. I'm like, you gonna get $3, bro. That's for every moment you caught. I ain't never took my eyes off TV, son. I was like, all right.
CK, what up, bro? But we're gonna talk about the main event now, because the main event is really what the whole show is built around, and the storytelling in that main event. The storytelling was so good in that main event that the Undertaker gave it a thumbs up.
Yo, the storytelling was so good in that match.
Yeah,
I had to rewatch the whole thing twice. Like, I watched that match twice. And there's things I noticed that that played into Raw also.
Yes.
I'm hoping.
You know it's only a matter of time before the Bloodline turn on them. And you know why, right? Because if you look at the way that match is set up, Roman's not dumb. Roman's gonna look at it like, if you could turn on your best friend, I know you could turn on us.
See, that's not the only thing I've noticed though. Yo, you ain't noticed Solo Sikoa ain't putting up the ones?
You know what? You're not the first person to mention that.
Yo.
A lot of people are saying that he's going to be the one to turn on the Bloodline because he hasn't been in contact with Roman for 20 years. And then plus the Usos and them were never really close growing up.
Yo, but I need you to look at everything. Yo, he was staring at the cage while everybody was on. When they walked out, everyone threw up the one. He walked. Yes, the Monday, he didn't even throw up the one. And he was super hesitant to do the hug. He didn't throw up the one. And then what's make this even crazy is now imagine he costs Roman the title or just turns on them. And being that, he is Rikishi's son, he says this. And I heard this someone say this.
Please, I hope it's not what you think.
He says, I did it for The Rock. I don't know. Yeah, I would have been like, yo, I did it for The Rock, the true tribal chief.
The good thing about this storyline is that there's so many directions that they can go.
Yes.
Like, literally, it's not one direction. Like, They can beat Sammy's ass to the point where Jay starts to feel bad now. They could beat Sammy's ass so Solo feels bad. They could all beat Sammy's ass and nobody feels bad.
Yo.
They could beat Sammy's ass and Kevin Owens still feels bad for him and still saves him. Like,
yeah, the way Kevin came out though, I ain't gonna front.
He sounded heartbroken. He sounded heartbroken, and Sami Zayn's face looked like he was like, I don't really want to lose your friendship, but I don't really want to turn my back on these bloodline either.
Like, he was like, yeah, I fought so hard to be adopted in this family. I can't lose.
I can't turn back now. Yeah, like Kevin Owens literally was just like, he was, and I respect Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens came out and they kept the storyline continuity with it because he was like, yo, I've beat your ass in the past. Like, I'm not even mad at you for doing what you did. Like, I just now realize, like, we've been around each other for so long, and I've been turning on you for so long, and you've been doing it. I don't want to even be associated with you no more. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to ride in the car with you. But then kayfabe has it, and I hate this now. If you go look on Raw, there was a picture shown in the background where Sami Zayn took a picture with Kevin Owens and his kids. And it's like, but you just literally said I don't want nothing to do with you no more.
See, but what if that was an old picture?
Nah, it was a recent one. Because Kevin Owens had the KO shirt on. And Sami Zayn had the Uso shirt on.
Oh, no, I gotta see it.
Yep.
I gotta see it. I ain't gonna front. That new shirt got me tight because I want that one too now. So that's another reason why I'm kind of mad at Sami Zayn. He getting all these shirts and under Roman, and it's annoying me.
KD says Sammy will turn on Solo. WWE wants you to think it's Solo.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, that's the crazy thing. It can go so many ways. This storyline is actually a very good storyline.
The funny thing is, I think the only person that really has the power
is writing it.
I think the only person who has the real power, the legitimate power to really to break the bloodline up is The Rock. Because The Rock could literally come out on TV and be like, yo, who's with me and who's not? And it would force the other family member, because realistically speaking, The Rock is the real head of the table. And no matter if you want to admit it or not,
I will not agree to that.
Am I lying though?
Are you kidding? Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, son.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There is no Roman without Rock.
There isn't. And then you gotta remember, you talking all this family talk like The Rock wasn't doing that a long time ago in these fast movies. You need to stop, son.
Okay, let's be clear. There's no Rock without Yokozuna.
Yes.
There's no Roman without Rock. Because if Rock would have flopped, WWE would have looked at every Samoan as another head shrinker.
Yeah.
Or they would have never acknowledged Roman's existence as a Samoan. Because remember, for a long time, they never really said anything about Roman being a Samoan.
Yeah.
At first, because they gave him blue eyes at first.
Yeah. You noticed that too? WrestleMania 31, he had blue eyes. Like, where the fucking blue eyes came from?
It's like, I was like, come on, son, you can't be that pretty, bro. Like, you
already got tattoos, your hair's long, and now you got blue eyes. Come on, man, cut it out.
Yeah,
cut it out. So but like at the end of the day, if Yokozuna, first of all, let's be clear, Yokozuna was never acknowledged as a Samoan while he was alive.
Nope, never.
If you really want to be technical about it, they only acknowledge it now because of the popularity that The Rock got. Yokozuna was a Samoan playing a Japanese sumo wrestler.
Acknowledge.
That's true.
Acknowledge.
Oh, I can't hear none of y'all.
Oh, Jared, what's your take on the bloodline?
Honestly,
I can't hear.
I don't know. I have it's a decent thing going on, you know what I'm saying? But like I don't know. I feel like they're pushing it a little too long. I feel like they're pushing it a little too long. But it's not bad.
I hear you now. We had a little technical difficulties, guys.
Okay.
Yo, Jared Taker, KD say he wants to know your take on the bloodline.
I said I think it's a little bit too long, but the thing is, it's not bad. It's not bad, but I think they're pushing it a little bit too long. The whole thing.
I honestly, that's the reason why I think it's going so well is because it's going too long.
True. Because
often, look how they ended the Hurt Business, and that should have been a great storyline.
Yeah,
the Hurt Business could have been breaking up like within the last couple of months.
No,
if you really technically. No, I'm just saying if they would have decided to break them up, like that could have been in the last couple of months. Like, look how long factions lasted that went way too long. Evolution was one of them. I'm gonna say the Evolution breakup probably was just as good as the Bloodline storyline.
Yeah,
because the tease of Batista with Triple H that went on for about 6 months, and they would give you like little subtle things of like Batista maybe thinking Triple H turned on him.
Yeah.
But then the night that he finally did turn on Triple H, it was epic because he heard Triple H over talking about him. And so it really depends. Honestly, I think it depends on the wrestlers in the storyline that makes the storyline worth it.
I think, God damn it, man.
Because you got to look at it like this. Look at it like this. Would the Bloodline faction have worked if it was anybody else but Sammy?
Listen, you can't say twin factions because one, if you really want to go in, the
AEW,
one of the longest factions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still being dragged on. Yeah, NWO too, and it's still being dragged on.
And Bullet Club right now.
And Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Since 2002 to now, they're still around.
And still around. You know what I mean?
No, 2012. I'm sorry, 2012.
And and Bullet Club got offsprings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Bullet Club is literally represented in every federation out there.
But I think the faction system is one of the best ways to maximize
it's the best way to give a lot of talent television time.
Yeah.
And find stars and have them learn from each other. Like, yo, look at Jay.
Yeah.
Jay
used to be the worst out of all of them. And now he's main event.
I actually think Jimmy Uso was a better wrestler at one point.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt.
Definitely.
And then it forced Jay to have to wrestle solo. And then he got thrown in that storyline with Roman, and it made him a star.
And then look at Judgment Day. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Each of them got their own like expertise, but then look at Dom now.
I'll be honest with you. That would not have survived. That would not have survived if Triple H wasn't in charge. If Vince was still in charge, Judgment Day would have been dead off already.
Nah, he would have been a part of what you call it, Retribution.
Yeah,
God.
that didn't help. For Judgment Day, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like it's a combination of like a lot, especially with Finn, because since Finn was a leader of a faction,
it kind of worked. But he's not even the leader of Judgment Day. Rhea is.
She is the unspoken leader.
Yes, thank you.
But it still wouldn't work without Finn. Because
let me ask you a question: would Judgment Day have worked if Edge was still in charge?
No, I don't think it would have.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I gotta agree.
I wouldn't think because with them now, the actual shine splits.
Yes. Okay, I agree. Like, Edge is just the dominant leader of the group, like undisputed leader.
Yeah, because like if you like, even with like, all right, you could say Rhea's the leader. She's the unspoken leader. She got mind control over Dom. That's cool. That's the bit. Dom is the young dude who's learning to be a bad guy.
I'm sorry to cut you off real quick. But do you remember last week when they did that video with Dom attacked Ray in the house?
Yes,
I keep telling you.
Did you hear the reason why he did it?
No.
Yo, I read it today. He said the reason why he attacked Ray in the house is because he put the Christmas tree up too early.
He didn't get an invite.
Yep, exactly. That was exactly what it was. He was like, he put the Christmas tree up too early. He didn't get an invite. Yep.
No, son. You know what? Yo, I get it. I got a friend.
Yo, I'm still stuck on the fact that Ray had a mask on in the house.
He didn't have. Okay, so you got to watch the whole thing. You got to watch the whole thing. He didn't have the mask on at first. When the wife came to the door, and when he came back to the door, you could see he was putting the mask on.
He's like, "Oh shit, we got gas because we got." Hold on. He's like,
his wife was like,
we all have not seen Rey Mysterio without the mask on.
His wife was like,
"Come on, man."
His wife was like, "Rhea's at the door," and they got a camera with him. He was like, "Oh shit, now I gotta put a mask on."
Jared Taker, what's
what's your take on Judgment Day? Would you have kept Edge in the faction?
Being that Edge is your favorite wrestler.
That is true.
Yeah, see, I haven't been keeping up to date though. I have to say that I haven't been keeping up to date.
How do you feel about Edge and Christian as a tag team?
I think I think they're meant to be together in a lot of ways because the way they grew up together and stuff like that. I heard based off of what I heard. I don't know the full storyline on Christian and stuff like that, but I do know a little bit more on Edge. But I think that they're a good team. Definitely think they're a good team.
Yeah, they're definitely like one of the greatest tag teams in history of wrestling.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially like in all the ladder matches and this and that, and then in the past and all that. Oh man.
You know what's crazy? if Christian wasn't in AEW, right, and he was clear to wrestle, because obviously we could tell he's clear to wrestle. He's been wrestling again. He would have been a perfect return for Edge, against Judgment Day.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Christian King.
that would have been fire.
Yep, because it would have been the one person that he could trust the most.
Mm-hmm.
And Edge probably would have found, and knowing with Triple H in charge, Edge would have found a way to get Christian back into wrestling with him. And they probably would have flung around and won the tag team belts again, knowing that.
True.
I ain't gonna front. That would have been a fire match against the Usos.
Oh, absolutely. Edge and Christian versus the Usos. Ooh. Because then Edge wouldn't even have to wrestle like a heavy schedule because it would be a tag team match. Christian neither. It would save both of them. Oh, KD said, what's your favorite Edge match?
I like the one against Mick Foley.
That's when he went through the fire.
Yep. That was a
match that actually put Edge on the map.
Yep.
Yeah,
it made him tough.
Oh, the audio's out again.
For your headset?
Yeah.
All right. So let's
Well, we at that mark anyway. So y'all final synopsis on Survivor Series.
Oh, I give the show a full 4.5. It was dope. 4.5 out of 5.
4.5.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you. Definitely.
Look.
I definitely gotta agree. Once again, this since Triple H has taken over, it seems like things have gotten so much better.
Oh yes, most definitely. A lot of storytelling and character builds. So it's real great.
Well,
so
on
right.
that note, I guess we're gonna close out. Taker, thank you.
Wait, tell them where they can find you again. Taker, tell them where they can find you again.
So Taker, JERTAKER. You can find me on all platforms. If I'm not on there yet, I should be on there soon. I got a lot going on with ECC Productions and Taker Hawks Entertainment. Taker, JERTAKER, and then Hawks, GAUXX, silent G, pronounced in HXX, and entertainment spelled correctly. But you can look up Taker to find all that stuff. But yep.
All right, Don, where can they find you, the Don?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. All right, that's
you already
it.
know what it is, man. It's Your Rush each and every Wednesday from 7 to 8.
You didn't even know your own time. Oh man.
No, because I'm laughing. He threw me off with that question, and that's crazy. I'm so used to it.
You're supposed to always be ready, man.
Word, fact. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all download the app, man. You can also watch us on the Fire Stick. We got new music dropping off tomorrow from my man Zy Hefner. So make sure y'all download the app, tune into the Evening Rush Network Radio. So you already know what it is, man.
Bad.
Doogie, where can they find you, Doogie?
You can find me on anything that's social media at Doogie Franchise. That's DOOGIFRANCHISE. Yes, sir. That is me in any place to be. And also, I got another show. It's Show of Season. You can check that podcast where, I got to bring y'all on and we're going to shoot the shits.
Definitely. I'm definitely good.
You let me know when you're ready, man.
Of course.
And you can just catch me here. You can catch me here. Catch me Monday nights at 9 p.m. on the Evening Rush Network for Rell's Relaxation Hour. You can catch me on YouTube at All Rell's Everything. Catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Rell's RDHTV82. I'm everywhere. I'm trying to be as popular as Don is out here in these social media streets.
Facts. That's what I'm trying to be.
I'm about to get Taker to start.
Make sure y'all catch Taker every morning, 514onlineradio.com with my boy Joker, the unrated MC. So they on every morning, even on the Evening Rush side. So they on Evening Rush Network as well. So
514 online mixed. Yep.
There you go. So definitely catch them there every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Yo, what is going on?
That's why I think I'm gonna have to bring Jertaker on the Rellz Relaxation Hour.
I'm down.
Because I only tapped the surface with him on wrestling. I ain't talking about his music and everything else he got going.
Yeah, so you already know what it is. Real Relaxation Hour every Monday, 9 p.m. There you go.
You are slipping.
The plugs is off today.
Yeah, I can see, man. I can see.
The plugs are off. I'm tired, man.
All right. But thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Yo, Jertaker, appreciate you for joining us tonight on the show. Greatly appreciate it. Yo, and Doogie, you already know. Don, you already know. Everybody else, we out. Have a good night.
All right.